Sean Meyers now joined by the head coach of the Kiski Area Cavaliers boys basketball team, Corey Smith, as his team postseason bound for the second straight year. 5-5 in section, 11-11 overall. First off, Corey, congrats on getting into the postseason. Now that you're in the playoffs, I know that you're going to have to raise your level of play even higher. But what did you like that you saw from your team throughout the regular season?
I like that we never gave up. We were in some close games. We played some good teams this year. I told the guys going into it, that was the plan, to play the good teams and get ready for the playoffs. Because when we get here, every team's good. But the good thing about the playoffs is that both teams were 0-0. So that's a good thing for us.
Well, I know that you kind of loaded up on the non-section because you did have a lot of players back who were a key part of what you did. So they already had some experience. You wanted to challenge them. When you think of the guys who returned from last year's team, where have you maybe seen them make strides throughout the course of this year?
I'll tell you what, Isaiah Gonzalez, he's one of the top juniors around. He doesn't get the recognition that he deserves, but he is flat out a pure scorer. He rebounds well. He's got a nice size. Jason Flem, both of those guys, juniors, they've been starting since ninth grade. He could easily be our comeback player of the year with the ACL injury last year. My son, LeBron's been starting as ninth. He's a senior as well. He has, much experience. Dom Danino is coming along well. He is developing to our energy guy, and I know Grove City's going to get a good player next year, and on the football field for them.
So let's talk about how the season ended. You get a big win against McKeesport, winning that one by almost 20 points. But then on the road at PT, you fall by 10 points. I know that no team wants to go into the playoffs with a loss. What did you maybe take away from those final games that you can apply now to the postseason?
With that, you can never take a game off. I believe we took a game off with Penn Trafford. I knew the gym was going to be rocking that night. They had to win. So they gave us everything that they had, and we were not ready for that. So you gotta take every game as your last game. You gotta be ready to go mentally. You gotta be willing to put in the work physically. You gotta be prepared. You gotta study. We do watch a lot of film. I do have my guys ready. It's just, it's attitude and effort out there. At the end of the day, you can't teach that.
I know you had the opportunity. If you would have gotten that win against Penn Trafford, you would have had the tiebreaker for second place in the section. Instead, you finished in third place. Doesn't seem like the seeding really would have made too much of a difference because you're 14, McKeesport that finished ahead of you is number 12. And the section champion Gateway was the lowest of the 4 section champions. Did you feel as though maybe your section got slighted a little bit? Yeah,
I don't think they respect it. A lot of like you said, it's not a big much difference that we'd have went to Moon and McKeesport would have, replaced us. Hey, you can sleep us. I believe that all of our teams in the section are pretty good, well coached. So is the other teams. Every team that's in here is well coached. But I think it's for the second year in a row that it just our section for some reason just doesn't get the respect. But you take what you get and you move on, and takes 2 teams to win the game. Play the game.
And so the team you're playing against is a very good one in North Hills, number 3 seed, and I know that they have a terrific player. What challenges do they present?
Like I said, they're big. They're big. They got that winning mentality all the time. They have that tradition. The coach has been there a while. He's a very good one as well. But we're not going to back down. I'm going to have my guys prepared as much as possible. We'll get after it, the next 3 days of practice. And then we're coming down Friday night, 8:00 primetime game.
And lastly, talking to so many of these Westmoreland County coaches, it seems like a recurring theme. There's a lot of coaches who are coaching where they played, and I know that applies to you in Kiski area. What does it mean to see the excitement in the community and in the school heading into a big playoff game? I'm sure you have to have some flashbacks to your days as a player.
Oh yeah, I tell my guys about it all the time. We beat North Hills when I played in the second round at Highlands. Actually, it was not Highlands. We played down to Duquesne. We beat North Hills my senior year. So it's going back, and it's definitely a great scene to see the community behind our backs. The gym was packed, versus McKeesport for our senior night as well. And our girls are earned a spot in it this year. It's really nice to see both boys and girls into the playoffs, the community, the school district. I can't thank Mr. Peterman enough for what he does for us. Our athletic director, he puts it all into it. He has our back as coaches. So it's just a great feeling to have, the community, the student body's going to be down there. Still trying to come up with a theme of what we're going to do for Friday night. But I know, they're going to be in there, and I just can't wait.
Well, Corey, thanks for taking the time. Good job on getting to the playoffs, and good luck in postseason play.
Appreciate you. KA all day.